Morning, guys. Welcome down to Livewire. It is the 29th. This is the last episode of 2023, and we will be joining each other again on the 2nd of January, 2024, as we proceed into the New Year's weekend. Um, I'd like to say good morning to everybody joining us on the program, and I hope you guys have your New Year's plans properly sorted out so that you ring in the new year the best way that you see fit, whether it's with friends and family or at an event, or if you just want to stay home and relax yourself by yourself and do a thing. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have it sorted out and you have at least have the cook up set and ready. We know that's a Guyanese tradition. um I lived in Trinidad for a little bit, but I can't remember if they usually have pillow on All Year's night. I don't remember, but whilst I was there, we would normally have cook up and that kind of thing. So I know a lot of people tying out meat, soaking peas right now, and that kind of thing, and getting ready for the either church tonight or a party tonight, or just hanging with some friends. Well, not tonight. Sorry, my bad. Taking rushing this new year, but All Year's night, and that kind of thing. So you guys, I hope you are well prepared and you enjoy the All Years. I won't see you until the 2nd of January. Morning to all the persons joining us on the live already. I'm glad to have you guys tuned in. Derek joining us from NYC, Mohan Ramrup, Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada, Lynette Cornelius, always here. And I'd like to say a special Happy New Year in advance to Lynette, who has been here every morning along with Sally Jones, Soma Bipat, Prasad Patti. Gosh, there's so many. Sherwin Siram, he's always here every morning. Tulsiram Chetty, Thakur Brijlal, Pam Singh, Eunice Raghubir, Rennie Passad, Lash PA, Umar Sharif. And these are just the people that I always see in the comments. They're always here sharing the live, supporting. I really did appreciate the support this year, and I am hoping that that continues into next year. All the new persons. Arjun, morning to you. Leroy Mangal, who's always tuned in. Ron Martindale, Carla Thomas, Tracy Martindale, John Mitchell. Morning to you guys, and I hope you guys have a happy new year. I most likely will talk to you guys before. But if I don't, happy new year to you guys and all the prosperity that comes with it. Daniel, Tony Gangadin, morning to you. Just sending my New Year's greetings now. Passat Patti, Ajay Chatterpal, another I would say a member of the Livewire family who is here every morning. Every morning, Ajay Chatterpal from Barticker as well, along with Tracy Martindale and John Mitchell. Thank you for the support throughout the year and helping me to get the message out there so that persons understand, hey, don't ask believe what these people telling you. Dale Henry, I got to shout you out as well too. Sally Jones, I don't see Stanley Hamilton here anymore, but I guess he's supporting us in spirit, right? Anybody who's interested in midnight mass, you can attend at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic Church. That's at Blueberry Hill, Linden. The mass starts at 10 p.m. On Sunday night, All Year's night, right? So you guys can check that out. If you're in Linden and you're looking for some place to go, please make sure you check out the, I tell you, I'll check it out like if it's a party. You can attend the mass at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic Church, Blueberry Hill, Linden. all are invited. Maureen Razio, another staunch supporter of Livewire. Thank you for being here every morning to, rap with us, so to speak. Anyway, oh boy, totally gone out my mind. Anyway, so we had the press conference from the General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party yesterday, and he did a year in review. And what a year it was. So many things happening. Oh my goodness. It's serious stuff, but sometimes with how things happen in Guyana, all you could do is you smile and laugh at some of them, But it was an eventful year. We've seen so many things happening in this country in terms of development and progress and moving forward and wanting Guyanese to enjoy the prosperity that this country brings. And then we've seen persons claiming not to be in any sort of receipt of any information, or their eyeballs have not received any images thus far that would have led them to believe that Guyana is moving forward in any way, shape, or form, right? In any way, shape, or form. And we as Guyanese, whether we are here or whether we are looking at Facebook posts or social media posts from our relatives as we are abroad, or we're looking at the news, the different news cycles, the different news agencies, whether it be print, TV, social media, whatever it is, we have seen something different. We have seen something completely different. And despite the negative narrative, we've seen that we have a government that is only interested in moving the country forward, advancing the lives of Guyanese, and making sure that Guyanese feel like they're a part of this melting pot that is Guyana. Right? Now, before I get into the vice president's press conference, I was scrolling Facebook just now, and one of our viewers here posted something. Romana posted a photo of I don't know what to call it, but it was a live program on social media. And I was looking at the lineup, the panel lineup. I am thinking, y'all for real? Now look at this here. So I don't know if this was last night or the night before or whatever, but they were, I think this is Mark Benchcop's program, the 107.1. I think that's Mark Benchcop's thing. Now I'm looking at this lineup here, right? Well, I don't know who Small Man is. I don't know who Ian Caesar is, but I'm looking at the other four. I look at the other four, right? Now, here is my thing. I don't mind anybody having anybody on the program as a guest. Tarissa Bryan. I cannot continue without shouting out Tarissa Bryan. Another one of my dedicated viewers who is here every morning sharing her opinion on topics and issues. And I like that when the viewers are able to share their thoughts on what is being delivered. So me as your host has an understanding of where you are in terms of the information I'm sharing with you. Anyway, Happy New Year in advance to you, Tarissa Bryan, and let me continue with the program. Sister Rampusad, morning to you and Happy New Year in advance to you as well. Now, firstly, listen to me. I didn't plan on doing this, I didn't even see this thing until just now. I scrolled in on Romana, my newsfeed, and saw Romana's post, right? Now, okay, we know Guyana is a country of um, multiple ethnicities. Yet, persons who seem to represent the PNC, the APNU, the AFC, or um, claiming that the PPP is so horrible are usually of one persuasion. Now, you got a panel with, well, I don't know what to call Mark Benchcap. I don't know what we used to do before. I know he used to, when I was in school, he used to host Slow Fire, More Fire, or whatever his show name, Straight Up. So I think that's the name of the show, Straight Up. He used to host that program. I don't know professionally what a Mark Benchcap does. No, Rickford Burke, the same thing. I don't know to say, well, okay, he's a lawyer, he was a doctor, a consultant, but I don't know. I know he has some agency that he started. See, he running it. And I don't know the mandate of that agency. So to tell you outside of CGI, wherever he's called it, I don't know what he does. Now, Melly Mel, we all know, is someone who would claim to solicit support for LGBTQ persons who are going through whatever issues they may be going through at that time, or just regular women who may be going through domestic violence and that kind of thing. And that is something that we can say is admirable if the help actually gets into the people. But we've heard cases of, donations being made and in making it to wherever it got to. Anyway, we coming down to TikTok auntie. Now, I am saying, people, you have a program most likely discussing discrimination and whatnot, right? And the best person or the most suitable, and that's the thing. We got 6 slots here. We got one person from each race in Guyana to discuss the matters or whatever it is. We got majority or 90% Afro-Guyanese and one Indo-Guyanese. And the one Indo-Guyanese you're going to find, TikTok auntie, Randa Bob, the one person you could find of Indian descent to come on this program and either agree or disagree with you is TikTok auntie. What relevance TikTok auntie got to Guyana? What happening in Guyana now? Making Guyana better, moving Guyana forward. What TikTok auntie, what information TikTok auntie Randa Bob could give anybody? Indian, Black, Amerindian, Portuguese, Chinese mixed. What information anybody could get from Randa Bob? That making sense. Right? Y'all notice how many men looking debad? Y'all notice how Melly Mel looking there bad? Look, when last you all see Melly Mel looking this, she look like she get ravaged. She just come through the jungle or something. She ain't eaten 2 weeks. Like she was on National Geographic Naked and Afraid. And she been in the jungle for 21 days. Or no, 2 weeks I said, 14 days. Right? And she just come out. Look at Melly Mel. You know it's what got Melly Mel so. That same service to Rickford Board, because it is dawning on her. It is dawning on her that her actions, all that trash she talking in the States and still begging for asylum. You understand me? People could reach out and touch her. And not to do you anything untoward or illegal, but to take you through the legal system. because in the especially the three, Mark Benchcop, Rickford Burke, and Melly Mel, in their mind, they believe that they in the States and they could do and say what they want. America got freedom of speech and them kind of thing, but you still got hate speech, you still got threatening language. You understand me? And Rickford Burke, for one, has been one of the most divisive persons who operating out in this country. Right? Rickford Burke, out of all of them. I don't even think Mark Benchcop going. I don't really look at Mark Benchcop. I don't see much of his stuff. But um this guy is crazy. This guy they calling for all kind of rioting and thing in Guyana. And mind you, this guy Rickford Burke is not coming home to help anybody riot. Rickford Burke, when the riot is going on, will most likely see somebody live and just stream it from the safety of his basement in the United States of America. Right? So, Melly Mel, that diarrhea that you got because of this service on Rickford Burke that have you very dehydrated, I am saying Gatorade and you need to hydrate yourself. Gatorade, coconut water, them kind of things. Look at Melly Mel. I never see Melly Mel look so bad, even when she is stripping down on the live and cussing up and going on like an animal. To a woman who Melly Mel claimed that she does defend. I just defend woman. Abuse that woman down, dirty and stink. Right? And in the same video, show we a bed that she's lying upon whole day. You understand me? She ain't got to do nothing. Me ain't got to do nothing. Me ain't got to do nothing. I good. Me man to take care of me. And them kind of thing. Romana, it's you got me here. I supposed to be discussing the vice president, the general secretary's press conference. I scroll in and see this thing on your page. I want to know why Melly looking so sick. But does happen. You know when you're excited, right? Or you're anxious, you get bubble guts. Melly Mel has lost a lot of fluid. She has lost a lot of fluid. Look at her. Look at she compared to TikTok auntie. Look how TikTok auntie face full and looking lush. What happened with Melly Mel? What going on, Melly Mel? Look at Mark. Look at Mark. Mark didn't even want to watch that shit. He like what going on here? But people, listen. Programs like these are for entertain. Well, not this Livewire. Programs like Mark Benchcop is not for information purpose. It's for entertainment only. You understand? Don't try any of those stunts at home. That's what they should put at the bottom of these programs here. Don't try any of this at home. You understand me? Anyway, y'all hear Rizal Ford? Rizal Ford is... Look, Guyana, listen. Y'all hear Rizal Ford stepping up to represent Rickford Burke, talking about service, for summons and them kind of thing. The same Rizal Ford that couldn't serve his summons right, talking about service of summons. Y'all remember? No, man. On a serious note, y'all remember? Let me pull up this thing. I don't know why I didn't upload it. I wasn't planning to use it. I was planning to come here and talk to y'all about what the VP talk. But I talk about these things too yesterday too. But, but y'all remember this? Anybody remember this here? Y'all know who? Right, still talking about service. Listen, sometimes all you could do is laugh about these situations, right? All you could do is laugh about these situations. That is like the police coming and locking me up for some felony or alleging that I commit some felony. You hear me? And I sit down in the station wondering what I gonna do. Then I see Darren Wade arise the forward walk and I say, hey, boy, I can represent you for free. Listen to me, everybody on this live right now, right? I would refuse. Outright refuse. And it ain't got nothing to do with their politics and me politics, because the law is the same around. You understand me? Across the board. But I would refuse. How could Rickford Burke feel safe? Well, let me stop with this safe thing before you hear somebody planning to do something. How could Rickford Burke feel comfortable? Rajan, morning to you. Rowena, morning to you as well. How could Rickford Burke feel comfortable having a man represent him who lose so much case? Oh my God. Y'all ever see Darren Wade at the magistrate court or the high court outside a PNC matter? Huh? Or Roy Zilford? When last anybody could say they see Darren Wade handling a matter in court or Roy Zilford handling a matter in court? And that should tell you everything you need to know. For me, Rick, I'd tell Rice, thanks, but no thanks. I prefer to go down a different road. Thanks, but no thanks. Really and truly. You understand me? It is crazy. It is crazy. Rise for who in serve he summons and or wherever it is correctly. Had the whole petition dash out to court. Right? Talking about improper service on Rickford Burke and all kind of stupidness. Rise Ford, listen. Thanks, but no thanks. Right? Thanks, but no thanks. And you can only use thanks, but no thanks with Rysdale Ford. With Darren Wade, anytime Darren Wade offer you legal services, I'm telling you, suck your teeth and walk away. Suck your teeth and walk away. Don't even say thanks, but no thanks. Just suck your teeth, walk away. You understand me? You're better off. You are better off representing yourself. So, Ricky, if you feel that is your best option going into this, you go right ahead, brother. You understand me? You go right ahead. But them two reporters don't talk on you. Trouble. Comic message me and throw me off. But anyway, let me get into the DVP end of year press briefing, the press conference, right? So Vice President Jack Dio and General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Dr. Jack Dio, reflecting on Guyana's progress under the PPPC government, this Irfan Ali-led government, addressing various issues, achievements, and challenges that the government faced coming into office and were able to deal with and still move Guyana forward, right? The VP highlighted the progress made under the PPPC, emphasizing achievements in economic growth, job creation, and that dealing with the labor shortages. He noted that Guyana has experienced significant economic growth while avoiding the high rates of inflation seen in other countries. Now, despite challenges and criticisms, the VP defended the management of Guyana's oil and gas industry. He highlighted the industry's integration with local businesses and on the unprecedented local content laws and the sale of the forest carbons, which are benefiting the indigenous people of Guyana, as we all know. The Dr. Jagio expressed confidence in the management of the sector, citing international reports that affirm its effectiveness. And just, I think it was yesterday, the day before, I showed you the growth for this year and the projected growth for next year coming out of the CELAC report. We had the IDB and I think the IMF report talking about how Guyana is doing well and moving forward and developing and that sort of thing. So again, this is not us blowing our own horn, but this is international agencies, international these are international organizations, I should say. Some of them, CARICOM and those places, talk about how Guyana is developing and how we are growing and wanting to come here and be a part of what's happening here, right? So it just shows the prudent management of this Irfan Ali-led PPPC administration, right? Now, the vice president discussed the government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, acknowledging the challenges faced in simultaneously addressing health concerns and pursuing national development. And he commended the team for quickly producing a budget and during the pandemic's peak, and highlighted achievements in healthcare testing and vaccination efforts. Now, in relation to financial oversight and accountability, Dr. Jagdio addressed financial challenges inherited from the previous administration, citing concerns about unapproved expenditures and unpaid bills, things that are synonymous with the PNC and its appendage, the APNUAFC. Now, Dr. Jaggi emphasized the government's commitment to financial transparency and accountability, showcasing reforms in the Natural Resources Fund and the Petroleum Activities Law. Now, in relation to international relations, Dr. Jaggi reiterated Guyana's commitment to peaceful relations with neighbors, emphasizing partnerships for internal security. And one thing we must emphasize, and I saw Trinidad had an article about Nicolas Maduro being upset about a British ship being in Guyana's waters. At no time has Guyana, any one of Guyana's president, even the worries that name Granger's danger, even that worries that name Granger, none of the presidents of Guyana, past or present, have ever said, hey, we want to take a part of Venezuela. The closest part of Venezuela to the Essequibo, we want a piece of it. We have never at any point, none of our presidents, none of our opposition leaders, none of the members of parliament on any side has said anything of that side, that we're looking for a piece of Venezuela. So I don't see how this British warship that in Guyana waters, Guyana, who's not making a claim to Venezuelan territory, could be a threat to Venezuela. Guyana will bolster its defenses along with its partners. And Nicolas Maduro, in the words of Kemraj Ramjatan, could haul his ass in relation to that. Guyana will do whatever it wants in its waters and on its land and in its airspace, right? And that will not be determined by any Venezuelan, high or low class, street worker or hot dog salesperson, whoever, none, right? Just to reiterate, so Nicolas Maduro could feel how he want to feel about whatever he want to feel. But Guyana will continue to partner with the persons the countries it's been partnering it with over the years. So this is not nothing new. Moving on. So the Dr. Jagdio mentioned the ongoing border controversy with Venezuela. And he also spoke in some detail about the Argyle Declaration, highlighting a commitment to non-aggression between the two nations, right? Now, Dr. Jagger expressed satisfaction with the legal actions taken against individuals, including social media influencers. Ricky, they're coming for you. You understand? Anyway, watch it, Melly. Melly dehydrated. Y'all get some Gatorade or coconut water to her. She looking pale and she ain't eating. America got food stamps and soup kitchens. Y'all please guide her to one. At least let her have a meal daily or something. We can't have Melly Mel walking around the place looking like this. Oh my goodness. Right? Now, he expressed satisfaction with the legal action taken against individuals, including social media influencers, who are accused of spreading false information and engaging in criminal activities such as extortion, right? So this is not nothing the government make up or nothing. The people who they're trying to rob, his accomplices, were caught here and the top, Ricky, in charge, right? Now, the Dr. Jagdio defended the government's stance on accountability and criticized those who use social media to spread discord and misinformation. So, Nimrod Duncan, the Guyanese hypocrite, Poretta McDonald, I was fretting but something. I can't remember last see David Hines still doing politics 101, telling people where and where to buy black pudding and undermine the government. Oh my gosh. Look, I do that just now and I remember I out with some friends and one of them tapped me on the shoulder and he's like, listen, is Joseph Harmon there behind me there? I said, what do you mean Joseph Harmon? You know, when I look wrong, a big man sit down behind me going, listen to me. I almost roll up on the floor. You hear me? I almost roll up on the floor. It's bad, but listen, yeah, Guyanese just make joke, but everything y'all is serious. Sorry, we are not serious. You understand me? I look wrong at the man and he said, y'all is trouble. I don't know. This was about like 3 days ago. I don't know how I forget to tell y'all about this thing. I was cracking up. I say, y'all remember when I asked you about the eagle eye? Y'all in trouble. Look. Anyway, now Dr. Jagdio clarified the country's depletion policy, explaining that the aim is to extract and sell oil resources while saving the proceeds for future use or reorienting the economy away from fossil fuels. He emphasized the urgency in licensing new FPSOs and accelerating exploration in other blocks. And as he would have said at previous press conferences, you see those larger countries, first world countries, trying to make other countries who are oil producers or new oil producers fall in line in relation to a lot of regulation in relation to climate change. But these countries who produce more oil than Guyana by far haven't decreased their production and issuing new licenses and doing new exploration as well. So in my opinion, I think it's a good move to ensure that we are able to benefit as much as possible, like those other countries would have been able to benefit over those years that they would have been extracting and benefiting from fossil fuels and developing their countries. We have an opportunity to do it now, and it would only make sense for us to push to ensure we're able to do so. And by the time the world is ready to phase out fossil fuel, we would have been able to benefit in some way, shape, or form, and the future as well, the future of Guyana as well, in relation to those resources which we might not have access to in years to come. And what is important to highlight as well is that you see our government moving in a direction of ensuring that we benefit from fossil fuel, but still implementing that energy mix. So the Amila will come back online shortly. You see these solar farms being built in the regions. You see a lot of these ministry buildings and persons being encouraged to go solar, right? So we as Guyanese and our government is doing its part to fight climate change, but they're also balancing it to ensure that Guyana as a country can develop and move forward from the benefits of fossil fuel, right? Now, one of the things the Dr. Jagdeo spoke about is that he emphasized the importance of living within one's means, right? Drawing parallels between managing a home and managing a country, right? Now, the historical context of Guyana facing credit worthiness issues in the past serves as a cautionary example, right? We know about the mismanagement of this country and the debt that this country was in at a certain point. And despite those persons who, like Royal Ford and Darren Wade and Amanza and all these, Jarita, morning Jarita, Happy New Year to you. Kemraj Ramjatan, Aubrey Norton. I gotta try this Everton David again, I ain't getting it to come on this program. He talk up big, now he hiding. Right? All these persons know about the economic Yeah, all these persons know about the economic issues Guyana faced under the management of their comrades. Right? Everybody knows. So, for me, where the country is right now with the leadership that we have, we're in a good place. And I don't think we need to go anywhere. Right? Now, there is a need for a balanced spending across different sectors. Right? And we've seen the government implementing various initiatives across the sectors. So we saw help for fisher folk. We see interventions in relation to bauxite workers. We see interventions geared at assisting farmers in diversifying and new forms of animal husbandry, where we have the black belly sheep, we have the black giant chicken. I noticed they were bringing in a different breed of bull now, for breeding, for cattle in Guyana. We see the initiatives for public servants, right? We see what the government is doing for teachers. We see the assistance the government is giving operators in the tourism sector. We see the investment in the health sector in relation to the public hospitals that are coming online. Just the other day, me and somebody fall out for that. So same statement I said, 12 hospitals are going to be constructed. And they jump out and say, oh, you call a sheriff hospital? I think, how we get the sheriff? That people doing the one thing. Over and over it has been said, 12 public facilities. They got one being constructed right now at not Heroes Highway, but the forest road that takes you, the back road that takes you to Diamond. On the left-hand side there, they got one of the hospitals being constructed. The one is going to be in Palmyra. I think that construction has started already. The sod was torn for the one in Essequibo. Not this when we had flag raising in Essequibo by. I don't think it was last year. It was the year before. Last year it was Region 9. So that would have been 2021 that had the sod turning for the one in Essequibo, the new hospital that's going to be built there. Public facility, right? So we see the government ensuring that the resources that Guyana generates from its traditional sectors and the resources generated from the oil and gas sector, infrastructure, can't forget infrastructure, right? The resources generated from these sectors are put to use to the maximum benefit of pensioners. Thank you, Lynette, as well, right? Put the maximum use. So at the end of the day, every sector, every stratosphere in this country, every level could feel, well, I getting something. Something is there for me, right? Whether you are a Guyanese billionaire or you're a Guyanese pauper, once you have children of school age and they're in school, you get a grant to help with their school supplies. Whether you could afford School of the Nations or New Guyana School, or they're going to, I really want to call them public school, many people think it's bad schools, but are you going public? You get a grant to help with your child to go to school. So it's not about big salary increases that you can't maintain throughout the year, or will put you in debt, or will cause you to not be able to. And mind you, and this has been said by the General Secretary, public servants do not make up the majority of the population. They don't. So won't you have to put systems in place so public servants benefit, farmers benefit, bauxite workers benefit, fisher folk benefit, gold miners benefit, teachers benefit, soldiers benefit, police benefit? Well, they're public servants. Well, teachers are public servants as well. Who else? Who's not public servant? The business community benefit. Tourism operators benefit. You got to spread it. I maintain Sherwin Holder is an idiot to sit at his press conference and say the coalition gave the highest salary increases without oil. Sir, you did nothing else. And to save face from increasing your own salary upon going into office, You didn't even walk out of first storm for say, hey, we work hard this first storm. Let me raise this salary now. Soon as you reach in, you don't do nothing yet. You ain't do nothing yet. And up to now, you ain't do nothing still. And you done raising salary and talking about coalition raise, the higher salary rate increases under the coalition without oil. You guys did literally nothing else. Well, you had fete and party, stuff eggs, tropical rhythm, Black Label, Absolute, Jack Daniels, them kind of thing. Right? So if Sherwin Holder thinks that that's his campaign strategy for 2025, to go up on a platform and say, we give y'all the more salary increases, but we do nothing else in these communities. We left a lar in Madia, but nothing else to show in Madia. We carry mash to Linden, but not a piece of infrastructure in Linden to show anybody. That's their campaign strategy. Right? That is their campaign strategy. That's the only thing that they could sell. We get the highest salary increase to public servants. But what did you do for the farmers? What you do for the fisher folk, the fisher folk? How did you deal with the situation with the bauxite workers in Linden? How you create jobs for young people coming out to UG? How did you make the environment conducive to have persons start a business and for it to flourish? That's the kind of things we want to know. That is what we want to know. What did you do? They got some stuff that will come out soon showcasing a lot of small contractors. I would love people to pay attention to it. You saw nothing like this 2015 to 2020. The amount of contractor, Afro-Guyanese contractors that they have now. Jesus Christ. The PNC can't show you nothing in relation to that. And again, I keep telling people, you can't play if you're not in the game. They got a few people who still hollering, me getting nothing and me getting no contract. The simplest question, just dash their statements in the bin. Did you ever apply for a contract? No. How the hell you winning a contract if you never applied for one? Sorry, not apply, bid. You never bid for a contract. How are you getting a contract? How are you winning the bid? How are you winning the bid? How you get, This is not PNC, AP, and UFC time. Where people getting called in and hand contract and them kind of stupidness. You got to bid. You have to bid. The ministry, up to last night, I'm talking to a relative about the same thing. Right? And they got their business established since the coalition being in power, you know. I clearly, the mere fact that you don't know the bid process, that means you still wasn't bidding then. So you just had a business that you renewing this registration all the time, but not bringing in any kind of money. You're doing nothing, you're just there. Right? And last night, I was like, man, how you get these contracts? You gotta look in the papers. You know what the response was? Nobody don't read papers anymore. So I was like, oh, where you get it from? I mean, a lot of people deal with social media news. You understand me? But papers, most business people just read the papers. Most business people just read the papers. And every person that I look up to or hold in high regard has always said to me, I should read the papers from cover to cover, ads, everything, every single thing in the papers. Editor in chiefs, prominent business persons, ministers, former presidents, anybody that I anything in relation to news, they've always said to me that every day they read all the papers cover to cover, even the ads, the little ad but paint and them kind of thing, every single thing, right? Everything. So I had to tell the relative that these things are in the paper every day, expressing interest, invitation to bid. And even if you're saying you're this big social media person, you have to you got social media, you got the Ministry of Public Works page, you got the Ministry of Local Government page, all these pages that has this information. Morning, caller.
Good morning, my brother. For a long time I ain't call you, man. Yeah. Sure, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man.
Thank you. And same to you and your family.
Yes, man. Okay, thank you very much.
All right, take care.
Seeing coming the end of the year, as I said before, wasn't a bad year for the government or for the country.
Right.
Wasn't a bad year. But you got some elements there. I don't know you can't get them out the way. No best thank but about I told you before, these people, they're not with the government to confirm thing with Venezuela. I hear me saying the president saying a thing for them, like give away the country. This agreement that I had in St. Vincent. Listen to his statement. Listen to his statement. He's actually saying that the signing is to give away the country to the signing. And actually, when he was chief of staff, he never go yet. But the president go and plan with that. He never go. But he was chief of staff.
Gary Best is a waste, and Gary Best need to study the family that he left without a provider. That's what Gary Best need to study. You understand me?
Them banner corrupt. Here I tell you, them banner corrupt. When them banner was chief of staff of the army, them banner get black people nearly drink poison. You know, there's other thing they call retiree. And all the time retirees is working and getting the money. You just pay mortgage to the house, to the bank. And the money man take over the man, say all must go.
Wow.
All must go. People got mortgage, mortgage in fact. You understand?
Yeah.
And everybody must go. And the majority of people walking through the gate. Yeah, people studying what they're going to do. No, you know, just how the sugar estate close on just so. It's just so that man operate by just so. I said, wow. You know, I was at the time my time didn't reach yet to retire. I was still there. The man said everybody the alarm used to give the government used to give the 1 month bonus. The man was saying, well, they collect the bonus and let it go. The man said they must go only but a month more for your bonus. The man said they can't get done, let it go and leave it. And then people tell me, but he changed. He changed.
Get away from here. Change where?
They can change. That's the mind all the man want to do is get in there and do this stupidness. But I'll tell you something, I was telling you, is that people in this ministry and this place sabotaging bad. I'm telling you, it's sabotaging.
I agree with you, but this government don't really victimize and things. So they give you a fair chance to do stupidness and then knock you off. But they're waiting and watching. People watching them. They're watching. But thanks for calling.
Even the contractors, all of them, the sabotaging, all of them. Then do a walk, they left to walk and down and then do a paddle.
Ah,
And the dog.
and then they do nothing.
Open the eyes, see what going on. And about this little thing with little people and this you got give them that office, give them it. Every time nobody stood look to the conversation tree. This should be done already, buddy. Cemetery road thing, this should be done already.
Yeah, well, here, my thing is this. The government is not executing the contract. And I am sure that the penalties that supposed to be instituted against those contractors for late delivery are being instituted by the Ministry of Public Works. You understand? But these people don't know that. And they just come on social media and they can talk about Cemetery Road. Like if Minister Angela and Minister Indar out there driving a roller, walking an excavator, building the road, and they know why the road actually delayed so long or whatever it is. Come on, man.
So I got no let's get this what is called it, man.
Public assistance.
Yeah, the disability thing.
Uh-huh.
They give a book, right? They give a book. And what you are going wrong is that you this book that they give is this book that they could go from next month and draw money, but it's not so. I can't tell my understand. I was waiting to understand. You got to wait until the budget read before you start using this book, and then the book and stamp.
Okay.
The book and stamp. So I was waiting and saying that you got to carry back the book.
Well, here's one. Again, okay, but first of all, if it's a 2024 book, you can't cash it if the 2024 budget didn't pass yet. And we heard it's going to be an early budget. So I'm thinking before the time for that person or those persons to receive their January benefits, the budget should most likely be passed by then. Secondly, again, sometimes we have agencies and, as you put it just now, persons undermining the efforts of the government. So they know that by sharing out this book and not stamping it, they can frustrate the population. So that could be a case as well too. I'm not saying that's most definitely what happened, but we gotta look at all these things. But I'm gonna check into that in relation to how many books stamped and that kind of thing, and I can give some feedback.
What they're saying, what they make to understand, they're saying is that when it's a stamp, it's stamp with the amount that is supposed to that you are supposed to job because but it can gone. I agree that the book showed poorly. I like that because this year, it take a long time before you get the book.
Yeah.
But this year, you get the book early, but they think at the amount that you're supposed to get because budget and wow.
Yeah. Right? All right. Well, we can look into that. But thanks for calling. I gotta wrap up here. No, I got some other things here.
Next year.
All right. Good.
That's a Tuesday.
Tuesday. Hello, good morning. I'm currently on a live. I'll call you later. Yeah. Anyway, so we wrapping up. We wrapping up. But before we go, I wanted to say a little prayer with my Livewire family, as I won't be seeing y'all until the 2nd of January. And it can't hurt to ask for little blessings. Right? So all y'all bow your heads with me as we pray for blessings as we go into 2024. And we thank the higher powers, who, if you're Muslim, Hindu, Christian, for allowing us to prosper as we did in 2023. Right? We thank you, and we are happy for all the blessings that have fallen on all of us, all of our Livewire family, wherever they're looking at us from, whether it be here in Guyana or overseas. Continue to bless them, whether they're Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Baha'i. Bless them and let their cups continue to overflow in 2024. And if their cups were empty in 2023, hopefully they catch sense and do things to empower themselves and make 2024 better for them. I'd also like to pray for the Guyanese hypocrite that in 2024, the hypocrisy is brought down to a minimum. I want to pray for the opposition leader that he finds the brain that the PNC spends so much money, as Everton David said, to enrich with knowledge, to use it when he speaks, when he delivers, and when he interacts with his counterparts. I want to pray for Sherrod Duncan that he somehow finds the more masculine side of himself and stops wiggling when he's presenting. We don't like it, so we want to pray for it to stop. I want to pray for Amanza that she does some remedial maths, buys a calculator or something of the sort before she presents numbers in the National Assembly. Lord, the budget is coming up. Please have Amanza check her numbers before she comes to the National Assembly. I want to pray for our Shadow Minister of Home Affairs, the Honorable Ramjatan, that he would walk away from the brown bottle in 2024. Walk away from the bottle in 2024. It's not good for your liver. It's not good for your eyes. Walk away from the bottle. I want to pray also for Miss McDonald so she would be more relaxed in her presentation. Lord, you know I have big nostrils, but when Miss McDonald gets upset and starts to flare them, please help her to be more relaxed. Help her to stop ranting and talking foolishness on a Wednesday night to upset me on a Thursday morning when I come here. We want to pray for Raphael Trotman to continue to stay in hiding. Lord, we don't want to hear from Raphael Trotman. Raphael signed the contract. Please keep Raphael in hiding. We want to pray for Ricedale Ford that in 2024, he is able to at least win one case. We want to pray that in 2024, the PNC bring out the SOPs. Please, Lord, let the PNC bring out their SOPs in 2024 and share it with us. We want to pray for Sharma Solomon. He too, like Melly Mel, need to get rehydrated. I don't know what is going on with the two of them, Lord. Please, pale, dehydrated. I don't want to think the worst, but bless them, purify their bodies, reinvigorate them. I want to pray for Rickford Bork. Not because I want you to get up, but because I don't know what could possess this man to take legal help from Ricedale Ford. And Lord, please touch the mind of Rickford and let him know what he's doing. It's a detriment to himself. I want to pray for Miss Flubess, who I did not see on the new list of potential candidates in the 2025 elections. She too, Lord, like Granger, was here for a good time, but not a long time. I want to pray for Miss Lawrence that in 2024 she could remove the bareness from her face and resign from the National Assembly for those racist statements and those statements she made that she will only support persons of the PNC. Right now, Lord, I can't remember anything else with you. I'm sorry, Lord. One more. I want to pray for the pistolero. Lord, help him to stop peeing on people's fences in 2024. It is not healthy, Lord. Pee after 24 hours is very toxic. It could make people sick and it doesn't have a good smell. Please, I'm praying that the member of parliament has better sense when he's picking his locations to relieve himself. Also, that he too walks away from the rum bottle, Lord. Because the staggering steps, he could have fallen and hurt himself while peeing, Lord, on those people's fence. Right? So, with that being said, I hope you hear my prayer. Amen. Guys, that's it. I can see y'all in the new year. It was fun being here with you throughout the year. We're going to continue in 2024 to debunk the nonsense, inform you the development that's happening in this country, and make sure that they ain't got nobody that's spreading lies about what is really happening here in Guyana. So until the 2nd of January, when I see you again, I really want to say to you, peace, love, one Guyana.